Excited to add Roman Wilson, another really high football character player, a lot of production last year in Michigan, part of that really impressive class in the draft this year. It was really fun being at that Michigan Pro Day, getting a chance to go to dinner with all those guys. Mike can be a part of that process. Really impressed with him on the football field, but just off the field as well. So fired up to get a chance to work with Roman.
Arthur, it seemed pretty obvious from the outset of the Senior Bowl that Mike Tomlin was pretty interested in Roman. When you first got to watch his tape and got to know him, what stood out to you about him?
The competitiveness. I think you can see his instincts on tape. Stepped up in the big moments. He had a great energy about him too when I met him in person. Part of a lot of people at dinner. Again, you can see meeting a lot of those guys in Michigan why they won the national championship. It's a credit to those players and that staff. Again, we're just really excited to add that kind of value and experience as a rookie and add to that receiver room.
Arthur, where do you expect him to fit into this offense?
Yeah, well, he's got versatility, and so it's as the game's evolved, and if you do motion, you play condensed or early downs. Whether you're at the X or the Z, it's kind of interchangeable. Now you're getting into some of the drop back situations in the passing down. I mean, he's got inside out flex. Certainly, you like his instincts that you can play inside. In those kind of obvious pass situations. He'll have a lot of versatility. He's got a lot of instincts. Again, high football character guy.
The first thing you said was high character guy. That position, the perception is that there aren't a lot of high character guys. Is that your feeling, and is that why he stands out to you?
Well, I think it's one of the many attributes that makes him an impressive pick for us. But I think that's very subjective. My experience, and to go back my own experience where I've been fortunate to work with guys that I think that have high football character. And again, that's a very subjective thing, but I just look at their resumes and just my interactions and their body of work. So whether you agree or disagree with that, I guess it's pretty subjective, but I guess I've been lucky.
Mentioning that high football character, he was just saying that he'll block his ass off. I mean, what does it mean to have a guy that is that gritty, and how important was it when you're looking at tape to see him and doing that dirty work?
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't knock a guy. The way the game is played in college, I guess they're changing some of the timing rules. A lot of offenses get a lot more snaps than do in professional football. So you don't knock them, especially if they're playing really fast sometimes. I think with Michigan, you saw, call it a pro style. They did a lot of things that would translate to the pro game. What I saw was a great teammate. Everybody wants the ball, and it's great. You want guys that want the ball. I got a problem with guys that don't want to work. So the guys are good teammates that do that. You get more possessions, you extend drives. I think the tape shows a lot about your personality. People can say what they want, but you look at their actions, and certainly Romans pop off at you. The tape backs up when you meet them in person. We're just really excited to get in there in the program.
You drew an analogy, or said that you patterned himself a little bit after Tyler Lockett, Russ being your quarterback. You see a little of that imagery. Can you picture that some?
I never got a chance to work with Tyler Lockett. I'm a big fan of his. He's a very productive player. That'd be hard for me to compare him. Obviously, if Roman sees himself that way, I think Roman's a unique football player in his own right. And I'm just excited. I won't make a judgment on until I really get to work with him. That's the way I can answer that for you.
You do have a very blank slate right now in the receiver room.
Yes.
That versatility that you mentioned before comes into play because you don't know who else can be dyed in there that you can bounce around and do different things. Is that part of why you chose him, where you chose him?
Well, I think as an organization, I think we felt the value we had in this team. I think the reality in the NFL, we go week in and week out. You're talking about maybe 1,100 snaps in the regular season, and hopefully more playing into February. So you need the depth. Certainly, you may have game plans, and if you have an injury somewhere, you don't have guys that can do it. You're going to have to adapt your plan. So if you have guys that are versatile, they know more than one spot. There's a lot of added value in the game play, especially as a young player.
What are some of the things Roman needs to improve on at this level? Is it hard to evaluate it at all when a guy's coming from such a dominant offense and they weren't stopped very often last season?
Yeah, I mean, every player, going into your 13th season, you're always looking to improve. There's always things you gotta work on. Same with coaching, you continue to improve and evolve. So we're just excited that, we got a long journey ahead of us as we get ready to play the season, get ready for week 1. That's ultimately what you're starting to build when they get into the building at rookie minicamp. There's a progression to get these guys ready to go. We're just excited to go with this rookie class.
It looks like
Two more.
It looks like he did most of his damage between the numbers. Just how does that fit into what you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you win a game for a lot of teams now, there's so much condensed, inside the numbers, and people are emotional all over the place now. So they're not very static. So you've got to be versatile. And a lot of it, you're going to get into actions, and you see some of these, what you call run alerts or bubbles and play action and movement game. I mean, if you've got instinct, it's different. And then you get to the drop back, and obviously if he's got instinct and he can match up with running the slot, that's a huge added value. Those critical third, fourth down situations. So we're just excited. Hopefully continue to work with all these guys, expand his game, and have a little inside-out flex.
One more?
Outside of Russ, this is a fairly young offense. Do you think that there will be anything challenging about that, or is that exciting to you that you have a bunch of young guys that you can kind of mold to what you want?
I'm excited. Never been afraid to play young guys, veterans. Like I said, it's just competition. Hopefully we'll have and create. That doesn't give me, and that's not bravado. We've done it. And look forward to working with these guys. And, we'll be counting on a lot of these guys. Young players, not a lot of experience. That ball's going to kick off week 1. It's our job to get ready to roll.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.